Hello guys, it's Jenny Jen the Plant Friend coming to you with a really quick fun video today. And so if this is your first time coming onto my channel, welcome. So glad you clicked on the video. I certainly hope that you enjoyed today. If you are a returning subscriber, really appreciate you. Thank you for always coming back and supporting me in this plant journey. I do all things planty and some things not so planty. But anywho, welcome to my channel. So today's video is going to be about my intro. There's a few plants that I show in my intro, and I got to thinking about where those plants are. For me, I have had some casualties. I admit that. But I've had some successes too, some pretty good successes. Otherwise, I wouldn't have over 200 plants. We don't say the number. But anyhow, these three particular plants, there's only three that I'm going to show you today. And these plants are in the intro. I do show my IKEA greenhouse cabinet in the intro as well. It looks completely different, guys. Well, let me just say this. The cabinet looks the same. The plants that are in there are different. Some of them outgrew the cabinet. Some of them just went to plant heaven. I don't know. But anyway, I'll do a snapshot of the IKEA greenhouse cabinet to show you what it looks like now. So, without further ado, let's get started. So the first plant that I want to show you guys, oh my goodness, and you see it in the intro, it's so beautiful. It had these big, huge leaves with these striking veins running through it, and I was so excited. I think it may have been my first anthurium. Yes, I think that's what made me get the bug. And so, well, let's just show you what she looks like today. So, this plant took me through the ringer. All of the original leaves have died off. All of them. So then I got a couple new leaves along the way. The first one being this guy here that I had to cut most of it off because it had some kind of fungus thing going on and I was trying to save the leaf, so I trimmed it back. And then it gave me this leaf. Same thing, I had to do some trimming on it. Yeah. And then it gave me this wonky guy. I wasn't sure what this was about. Lack of watering, I don't know. It was in Pond. No, sorry, this guy was in Lucca, and then I moved her to, did I ever put her in Pond? I think I did put her in Pond. And now she lives in Sphagnum Moss. Because I read somewhere or saw it on a video somewhere, something about anthuriums do very well in sphagnum moss. And since I put her in sphagnum moss, she's given me 2 healthy leaves. Check this out. So this is the next leaf that came in. Beautiful, right? I know the little yellow in there. Not sure what that's about. I hope that stops. But this one came in. And then after that, I have this guy. And so, I hope it's not doing that thing with that fungus thing, because I see a patch, yellow patch there as well. But yeah, so it gave me 2 new leaves, and I have her living in my plastic greenhouse that I put sometimes when I'm rehabbing. This guy did have thrifts, so, and then, you know, just sort of stopped growing. And so from time to time, any of my plants that have thrifts, I just spray them, you know, for maintenance purposes, just spray them from time to time. So I'm probably will spray this guy before I put her back. Also, the moss is a little dry, so I need to try and really keep the moss moistened. And so, but other than that, she's doing pretty good. She's back up to 5 leaves, even though they're none of the original ones. That's a good sign because she was down to 2. So, yeah, so we hope that she continues to push out new growth being in this moss like that. It looks like there's a growth point down here. Yeah, it looks like one. Or maybe that's wishful thinking on my part. But anyway, the Anthurium crystallinum. So this is what she looks like today. All right. So the next plant, as I was moving it, had a bit of an accident. And so that would be my Philodendron brandtianum. Now this plant, when I got it, was so cute, and it was it really, all of these leaves on this bottom portion was what all that came with the plant. Well, some of them I'm sure I lost along the way, but I put her, she's in soil, she's in my, no, I'm not sure. I think this might be Delatanes. I don't know. But anyway, so she's in soil, still in soil. And she used to give really nice sized leaves like this one. Then she started putting out, whoa, these little small wonky leaves like this one. And lots of runners. And I'm not really sure what's going on with this guy. This leaf, let me pull it down so you can see it. Looks pretty decent, this guy here. But what I'm getting is a lot of juvenile leaves. Like, so I think what I'm going to do is, after this video, is propagate this guy, take her off of this moss pole and propagate her, and then see if I can get a nicer plant, because it's not so attractive. I've lost a lot of leaves, I'm not sure why. I don't see any pests. I am going to spray her down as well. But again, my Philodendron Brandtianum, she's still with me, barely hanging on, but she's still here. And the piece that fell off, I'm going to propagate because it has some nice leaves on there, even if they're very small. But I'm going to spray her down good, and I am going to propagate her and try and get a better plant. Okay. And so the third plant and the final plant, at least in my intro video, is my, I don't want to drop the Brandtianum, whoa. Okay, so the third plant was, I was so excited about it. I had it in Leca, and she wasn't doing anything. And then my plant friend, Iffy Plants, told me to put the plant, she said, I think they do better in soil. So I put her back in soil, and she took off. But something's going on with her. Okay, so this is my Hoya Sweetheart, Hoya Carrii Sweetheart, I think is what it goes, how it goes. So I started with like maybe 2 or 3 leaves on this guy. This week alone, I've lost probably about 3. So I don't see any pests. She did dry out while I was out of town. Like, maybe I just neglected her or forgot about her. But since I watered her, some of the leaves have started to stretch out. And I'm going to water her again. And I am going to spray her down as well with my anti-bug spray. But what I sort of want to do, there's something up there and I need to see what it is. I can't see it. Okay, I don't know what it is. But the part of the plant that's doing really well, I could propagate it in 2 places. I could do a top cutting and cut this guy here. And then I could do a mid cutting and cut it about here. Let's see, did anybody stick to the moss? No. Oh, maybe the bottom part did. But yes, I could do 2 cuttings and start this guy over, leaving the bottom of the plant with about 4 leaves. And I think that's what I want to do because, whoa, what is that about lately, dropping plants? They don't actually drop though. But yeah, so I put her in soil back, I put her, oh, I'll tell you what I did, guys. I transferred this guy when it was time to up-pot her. I put her in a terracotta pot, and I think I let her dry out too much. I went on this binge where I was going to start transferring things to terracotta. I quickly changed my mind on that note because I'm thinking I'm an overwaterer, and that terracotta would help me somehow, but maybe I'm not getting the whole terracotta deal. So I transfer her back to a plastic pot. Maybe about a week ago, I gave her a good watering, but I don't know. I hope that's enough. So yeah, so I'm gonna propagate this guy, and yeah, just bring her down some, and maybe add back to the original pot once it takes root or whatever. Once it roots. I was trying to see if these roots are going in the moss. The other thing about this moss is the moss is very dry too. So I'm gonna give her a good water and everything. But yeah, she In the video, I think she has maybe about 4 or 5 leaves. I think I have maybe 1 or 2 of those left, but she is still with me, and that's what this video is about. Where are they now? And she is still with me, hanging in there ever so tightly, but yeah, hanging in there just the same. Yeah, so these are my video intro plants, and so the video, the picture of the IKEA greenhouse cabinet will be on the screen as well, and you can see that, you know, if you can look back and see what I had in there. I had I had the anthuriums in there. I think I had the Thai constellation in there. I had speaking of Thai constellation, yeah, maybe she was in the IKEA greenhouse cabinet at the time. She's still with me. She's hanging in there, but I'll show you her because she's right here. So I'm so crushed about this plant. My husband brought me this plant, and you know, anything that he got me or anything, I want to hold on to it. I want them to survive. I want them to thrive. Not just survive, but thrive. And so the Thai constellation, she's down to 2 leaves, as you can see. This one is the newest leaf that came in, and is pregnant with possibility, but has not done anything. So I keep moving this guy around. So I took her out of moss and was trying to pot her in pond. That didn't work. All the roots just died. So I'm done with that. Either she'll go in soil once she grows more roots, or she's still in sphagnum moss. I see no new roots growing. She's been in here for a couple weeks now, and I just hope that that I'm able to salvage this plant. I'm so devastated. It's the most expensive plant in my collection, and I'm not doing very well with her. I have tried. This guy has had root rot 4 times. And so I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And yeah, so if you guys know anything about Thai constellation, help. She's not in the intro video, but just want to give you a quick update on my Thai constellation. She's down to 2 leaves. This one I had to cut back because of the white started to brown here, so I just cut it back a little bit. And then this one is a perfect leaf, but she's a little droopy. And I don't know what else to do for her. The moss is kind of dry. Oh yeah, the moss is crispy. But right now I'm not using the moss pole for that. This is really just for support. It's the only reason I have this moss in here. I'm just waiting on some roots to appear. But I think I'm going to leave her for a very long time in sphagnum moss. Even if she outgrows the sphagnum moss, I'll just put more moss at the bottom and just leave her in sphagnum moss. Because every time I try to pot her up in anything, the only thing I have not tried is soil. So if you guys think I should try soil, leave a comment. If you have a Thai constellation and you had trouble and you overcame it, leave a comment. Help a sister out, okay? Alright guys, well I said it'd be a quick video, so let's keep it quick. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that it was fun for you. It was fun for me. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment at the bottom, and guess what? I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.